Bad Luck and Magic is a portal into self-discovery and alignment. I'm your host, Mal Burden, a cosmic life coach and fellow soul navigating the human experience. Every week, I'll give you an astrological forecast of the vibes for the week ahead so you'll know exactly what to expect when it comes to your emotions, relationships, career, and more. And every month, we'll hear from a local baddie as she shares her unique journey of self-discovery and aligning with her passions despite the challenges along the way. Now grab your favorite drink and get cozy because, honey, we are about to uncover the magic of the unknown. Let's get it, boo. Welcome to this week's episode of Bad Luck and Magic. I hope that you had an incredible weekend. Hopefully, you had some time to recharge and reset after Thanksgiving. Because, girl, I know I know for myself, after I spend a lot of time with other people, I need some time to recharge. So, hopefully, you were able to do that as well. So, we are starting a brand new month. And actually, yesterday on the 1st, we experienced a new moon in Sagittarius. And I spoke about that a little bit more in last week's forecast. So, be sure to check that out. But it's really kicking off the final month of the year with us expanding our horizons and thinking of what we want to call into our lives over the next 6 months. And especially when we get into December, many of us start to reflect on the year we've just had, how our lives have changed, how we've changed, what we want to experience in the year that's coming up. So, anyway, a lot of energy is happening right now. And I want to start us off by saying that December's theme for the entire month, so I always pull tarot cards for each month of the year. And for December, we received the Ace of Pentacles, and that is all about starting a new cycle and new opportunities when it comes to all things related to finances and material abundance because it's the Pentacles. So, going off of that, December is going to be about creating and taking advantage of new opportunities when it comes to our financial abundance as they create a stable foundation for our future success. So, this could look different for everyone, but essentially, what this means is keep your eyes open for new ways to save, new ways to budget, new ways to invest, new ways to make money, new ways to, really be intentional about the things that you buy for yourself and potentially for other people. So that is just what we're going to keep in mind this month as we go through, because that is going to set us up for success as we go into 2025. So this week, we are talking about December week 1. That will be today, Monday, December 2nd, all the way through Sunday, December 8th. And what we're going to be thinking about this week, and we'll get into the energies and how they relate to this topic, but we are going to be connecting to our evolving inner knowing and our authentic self-expression with who we are today in the present moment. And I think the key word here is evolving. So it's one thing to express yourself authentically, but it's like we're always changing, we're always growing, we're always learning more about ourselves. So it's this idea of meeting yourself as who you are in the present moment. It's almost like not focusing so much on the stories of who you've always been or the boxes that other people have put you in, but really reconnecting to your inner self and seeing who that version of you is today versus, again, the one that we have in our head of, oh, this is the high school version of me, this is the college version of me, this is the version of me that lived in this place, this is the version of me that has these habits, right? Like, that kind of keeps us stuck in past cycles. But in order to reach a new timeline, in order to call in the changes that you actually want for yourself, we have to see ourselves in a new light. We have to get reacquainted with this person that we've grown to become. Sometimes we are moving so fast. I mean, look, it's already the last month of the year. Sometimes life can seem like it's moving so fast that we don't even get the chance to get acquainted with this newer version. Like, you might still be thinking of yourself as this version that you were 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Think back to 2020. Sometimes I feel like many of us, because that was a pretty traumatic experience, I think sometimes we can get caught and stuck in one particular period of time, but that's not where we are anymore. Things are changing and we've changed. We've changed. And that is such a beautiful thing. So this week, it's really about recognizing who you actually are today in this present moment and what's real, true, and authentic for you in this moment in time. And knowing that authenticity doesn't mean, or to me at least, it doesn't mean staying the exact same as you've always been. I think sometimes we're afraid to express ourselves in a slightly different way or just different way, even if it's inspiring to us or it's calling to us, because we don't want it to seem inauthentic or out of character or whatever. And it's like, no, what's authentic is truly being able to be vulnerable and take action that really is in alignment with what we value, what we care about, what we're inspired by, what we're passionate about. So this week, again, start to reflect on truly who you are today versus those past versions of yourself. And this isn't to blame, shame those past versions, because they all served their purpose so well, because they've all led you to where you are today. So thank God for each of those versions. But this is simply just acknowledging that you can show up and express yourself in a new way now that can be actually more authentic for you. And it's also about being truthful and honest with yourself about where you are versus where you actually want to be, and listening to those intuitive nudges, like that inner voice that is calm but all-knowing. Like the inner voice that says, this isn't actually what I want to be doing, but I feel like I should be doing it, so I'm just going to do it. We all know that. So please consider that this week. Please consider that. So, in terms of the general vibe for the week, since we just experienced a new moon, we are going to start taking action on the intentions that we set during that new moon. So we're going to start to notice we have a little bit more energy, we are being more productive, we are taking action on various aspects of our life. And the start of the week, Monday through Wednesday, the moon is going to be in Capricorn with not too many huge aspects happening. So, what that means is we're going to have a pretty focused and intentional first part of the week, which is great. This is a good time to get stuff checked off your to do list. And then by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in particular, we are going to start to feel some shifts in the energy because we're going to have a few things going on. We're going to have a few things going on, which I will talk about. But the moon is going to be in Aquarius on Thursday and Friday. So we're going to be feeling more social. And then towards the end of the week, Saturday and Sunday, the moon will be in Pisces. So since that's a water sign, we will be feeling more emotional, more intuitive. And what I mean by the energy shifts. So Thursday, we have the sun and Mercury coming together, also known as a conjunction, also known as a Cazimi. That's what happens when a planet is very close to the sun. And what that means is Thursday, you can expect some sudden flashes of insights, some aha moments. Friday, we're going to have Mars retrograding through Leo, excuse me. And that just means that the actions that we're taking will actually start to slow down. Then on Friday, Venus will be entering Aquarius. So we will be placing more value on our Pluto and Aquarius theme. But I think in general, what that means for all of us is we're going to be placing more value on the collective and things that are unconventional. Also on Saturday, what do we have? We have Venus coming together with Pluto, a conjunction, really having us kind of like double down on where we want to transform over the next 20 years because Pluto will be transiting through Aquarius for 20 years. And then Neptune on Saturday is going to be going direct in the sign of Pisces. So, what does that mean? So, I want to hop into like the bad luck versus the magic of the week. So, this is like how we can handle the challenges of the week and what will be the opportunities that we can take advantage of this week as well when it comes to the energies that are going on. So, in terms of the bad luck, we have the Mars retrograde happening that I mentioned. That's happening on Friday. And this is inviting us to take less outward action. We might be not expressing ourselves fully outside yet. We will be turning inward and we will be asking ourselves, what is truly authentic for us now? How do we want to express ourselves? And Mars is going to be going retrograde until February 23rd of 2025. So we're going to have a few months of inward reflection. Now, this time can be a little bit frustrating because when we have Mars, the planet of passion, action, motivation, and even conflict, when it is turning retrograde, we're going to start to see things slow down. And of course, Mars is like the opposite of slowing down. It wants to get all of these things done at once. And especially when it's in Leo, which is a fire sign. So just know that for the next few months, if things seem a little bit slower than usual, know that that's normal for this period. And this is actually an invitation for us to, again, turn inward and really see where we are expecting and desiring praise and attention. Because Mars is in Leo, it can this retrograde period is the time for us to evaluate like the lower frequency vibes of that sign. And when it comes to Leo, we all know Leos can be very confident and self-expressive, which is great. However, sometimes with Leo, it can be really needing that attention, and that's okay, but um we don't want to do things that are out of alignment for us just to get attention. You know what I mean? So, now's the time to reflect on what it really means for you to be seen, to be praised, to be um or to receive attention. Really dive deep. What does that mean for you? And why is that important for you? And how can you show yourself those things versus expecting it from outside sources? And in a few minutes here, we'll go into like a mini scope. So I'll share with each sign where they can expect to see these energies happening. So, and I will say too, like Mars is going to go retrograde through Leo, but it'll also go all the way back into Cancer. So it's going back to the same point that it was at October 4th. So just keep that in mind too. Like by the time February 23rd comes around, Mars will be about to station direct and moving forwards again. So then we'll get some forward momentum. But we're reflecting back on this time period of October 4th of 2024 all the way through now. So just something to think about. Don't get frustrated, and know that if you or the people around you are a little passive aggressive, that can be why. It's because Mars is retrograde, or at least energetically speaking. Now for the magic, we have Neptune going direct in Pisces. Thank God. So when we have these planets going retrograde, it can be a tough time, especially with Neptune, because when Neptune is retrograde, it can feel very confusing. It can feel almost like a fog. So now that Neptune is going direct, we are going to start seeing things more clearly, and we're going to be able to tap into our intuition and know, like, oh, yeah, that's my intuition, and feeling more confident in following what we're sensing and what we're hearing from our inner knowing. I will say too, like Neptune and Pisces go perfectly together. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, so they share similar themes. So now that it's going direct, it's going to feel a lot more clear. You are going to be more connected with your intuition. I think, well, since this has been retrograde, that or Neptune's been retrograde since July 2nd of this year. So think about what's been going on for you since July, particularly in the Pisces ruled house of your birth chart. That will give you some clues as to maybe where you were sensing some confusion or just not sure of what your path or next steps were, or maybe even like a disconnect from your own spirituality. Um, you can also look to see where Neptune is in your own birth chart to give you some more clues as to what themes, what area of your life um, you were sensing some confusion, but now you will be gaining some clarity. And another theme I just want to mention with Neptune, especially retrograde, it can feel like a lot. It can feel like we don't really want to face reality. So when when Neptune goes retrograde, we can start to notice where we are partaking in habits or activities that maybe numb us, that allow us to escape. So, as Neptune goes direct, we may realize where we've been escaping, where we've been trying to hide from things, but now we're ready to heal. Now we're ready to see the reality. Now we're ready to move past the illusions. Neptune also about illusions. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good that Neptune is going direct and kind of finishing out this cycle in Pisces, because Neptune will be moving into Aries in 2025. Okay. Now for our mini scopes, let's chat through the Mars retrograde just real quick. So, this is going to be your area of focus. You can listen for your rising sign and your sun sign, and this is where you will be reflecting how you take action as a leader, how you express yourself, and how you relate to your emotional landscape. So, Leo, this is going to be all about how you present yourself and your subconscious beliefs. Virgo, this is about your healing journey and your friend group online and in real life. Libra, this is about your social community and your career. Scorpio, this is about your public image and personal expansion. Sagittarius, this is what you're learning and your intimate relationships. Capricorn, this is your mental health and your one-on-one relationships. Aquarius, this is your closest relationships and your health. Pisces, this is your daily routines and your creative projects. Aries, this is your inner child and your home life. Taurus, this is your family and communication style. Gemini, this is your local neighborhood and financial health. And Cancer, this is your self-worth and personal goals. Okay, so that's your little mini scope. Now let's move on to your pick a card for the week. So I want you to just visualize card 1, card 2, card 3, and see which card you feel pulled towards. And we'll get started here. Okay. If you chose card 1, you got Queen of Pentacles. So this is telling me that this week you are ready to nurture your financial abundance. You are ready to embody this era where you are intentionally building wealth for yourself, financially, materially. And I love that this relates back to our theme for December, because that was Ace of Pentacles. So the Queen is all about fertility and nurturing, but also harvesting the goods of their hard work and the care that they've been putting in. So that's great. That's a great sign for your week ahead. Yeah. Then we have card 2. This is Page of Swords. So, swords is all about mental energy and intellect, and the page, page is like starting a new journey. So, this is all about leaning into new ideas that you have. There's a curiosity, an eagerness to learn. So, maybe this week you are really gaining some new insights and aha moments that you are wanting to take some initial first steps on. So that's card 2. And then card number 3, we have the 8 of Wands. So the 8 is all about transition, transformation, and Wands relates to passion, courage, inspiration, creativity. So this week, maybe you can expect some rapid change, sudden movement, um, maybe some information, new information coming your way. Um, you probably got a lot going on. You probably got a lot going on, but it's all good things. All right. And then we have our self-care inspo for the week. So, first things first, something that has been inspiring me, and I think this will be a great week to do it because we have Venus moving into Aquarius, is taking yourself to the movies. Obviously, Wicked has gotten raving reviews. I honestly don't even know that much about it. I know Ariana Grande is in it. That's about it. But I've heard great things. So I might check that out. I might take myself to the movies and um just enjoy this work of art, if you will. And then 2, with Neptune going direct, especially as I was talking about like escapism and habits and experiences that allow us to numb what we're not trying to see in our reality. My second one is getting sober curious. So this could mean just, exploring what it would look like for you to not drink potentially, or could be any habit really that you feel like is kind of a crutch for you, or you feel like really isn't serving you. Um and you will know what that is, like, from your intuition. But yeah, for me, definitely, like, I know in January, the past couple of Januaries, I've done dry January, and I'll sprinkle them throughout the year too, like if I feel like it. But it really is eye opening to just allow yourself to kind of take control, because sometimes when we have these habits that feel comforting to us, we feel like we don't have any control over it. We feel like we have to engage with them, even though we know they aren't helpful for us. So, anyway, I think this energy this week is supporting us in being sober curious, whatever that means for you. And then the third thing is yoga. So, creating space for those new insights. So, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be experiencing that Mercury Cazimi on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure I said. So, instead of saying meditate, because I know that can be difficult, my suggestion is to go to a yoga class and really reconnect to your breath and your body, and get out of your own head for 5 minutes, just so that you can, again, just create that space to allow your inner knowing and your intuition to be heard. Because again, with this Mercury Cazimi, you are going to receive flashes of insights. Like this happens maybe 3 times a year. And especially if you are like a Virgo rising or a Gemini rising, or even a Virgo or Gemini sun, you're going to feel this because your chart ruler is Mercury. So anything that happens with Mercury is more of an impact for you. So those are my top 3. All right, so that's what we got this week. I do want to mention that in a couple hours here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be hosting a new moon mini workshop. So from 6 to 6:30, just a virtual situation. If you want to join for that, go on to my website, badluckburden.com, and check out the events page, and you'll find the link to that there. Or you can find it on Instagram on my stories as well. And as always, you can join the Cosmic Club to receive more details about these weekly insights, and also, new moon information, full moon information, all of that good stuff. And then you can also work with me as your cosmic coach. You can find my service menu on my website. And as always, you can listen to the podcast on Spotify or watch on YouTube as well. And you can connect with me on Instagram at Bad Luck Burden. So everything's linked in the show notes below. But yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got. I hope that you have an amazing week and just get some rest because I just feel like there's been a lot of energies happening. We're winding down to the last month of the year, and sometimes we can feel overwhelmed because we have so much to do before a new year starts. But just know it's okay, because astrologically speaking, we don't technically start a new year until we hit Aries season in mid-March, so we got time. It's about to be winter, baby. Wait, is it officially winter? I don't think it is. So anyway, all this to say, we're going to hunker down. We're going to let Mars retrograde. We're going to turn inward, and we are going to really reconnect with who we are today, so that come February, March, we're going to be ready to take intentional action that is so in alignment with where we're trying to go. Okay. All right. Well, enjoy your week. Thanks for being here. Love ya. Bye.